Anime is a prevalent form of entertainment in my life. It's a form of animation that anyone can enjoy no matter their color, sex, race, or creed. Over the course of my life, I've watched a lot of anime. I've read some manga, but that's for another video. I gotta get my weight up in terms of that. Throughout that time, I've amassed a list of my top 4 favorite and most impactful anime. The list goes as follows. Number 1, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Number 2, I put these together, but it's Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero. Number 3, One Piece. And number 4, Made in Abyss. Each one of these could get their own video, and most of these have gotten multiple videos on my channel. But at some point in the future, I want to make their own dedicated videos. But up to this point, number 5 was left empty for a long time. That is, until I took a chance and watched a certain show about a phony elf and her 2 color-coded companions. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals, I'd like to take the time to introduce you all to Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, a show that may be one of my favorite anime of all time. So let me explain how we got here. The manga released April 28th, 2020, with the anime releasing September 29th, 2023. I can't speak for the manga, but with the anime, it made a huge splash in the online sphere. Thousands of memes, fan art, and people discussing this funny elf girl were going viral. Of course, I was late to the train, like I usually am. It only started watching it a year later, so September of 2024. And I heard some amazing things about this show, but genuinely I didn't know what to expect from it. That is, until I watched the first episode of it, and let me tell you, I immediately understood why people love this show. So to keep it short, the first episode goes as follows. Frieren and her group consist of Himo the hero, Eisner the warrior, and Hyder the priest. Their goal is to beat the Demon King, which we don't get to see because they already did it. The kingdom celebrates their victory, with it funny enough coinciding near a meteor shower, but we skip 50 years later. The group reunites, everybody being significantly older, except for Frieren. They go to a spot Frieren knows of to get the best view of the meteor shower in her opinion, because she felt like the spot from 50 years ago wasn't comparable to this one. So once they make it there, they share a tender moment. Tender in the fact that Himo, Eisner, and Hyder get to see their friends one more time with this meteor shower that they shared 50 years ago, while Frieren just gets to see her friends again. Himo dies. This event has a profound effect on Frieren, which causes her to learn more about humans, and affects her decision making for the rest of the show. 20 years later, she visits Hyder. Here she meets Fern, an orphan he adopted. He begs for her to train her, and tricks her into staying by deciphering a book he has for a life-extending spell. She stays for 4 years, teaching Fern and reminiscing with Hyder. When he dies of old age, Fern and Frieren set out to explore the world. And that's the end of episode 1. Throughout these first couple of episodes, we see the 2 helping out villages. Frieren herself wanted to revisit places her group went to on their journey, so we get a couple of cute moments, important lore tidbits, and important character moments before we meet Stark. I realized that I said his name wrong the whole time. I'm not cutting it out. Oh well. Stark is Eisen's disciple, who he told Frieren about when he declined to go with her on their journey. They recruit him after helping him defeat a red dragon terrorizing a village he was staying at. Now armed with 3 people, they continue their journey, but now they have a goal: to go to Ariel to speak with Himmel after attaining one of Flam's grimoires. Now with the party that we're mainly going to be with for the rest of the show, the 3 of them go through multiple adventures. Some are mundane, some involve demons, and some involve helping people. We meet Sign. He's a temporary member, but he had an important impact on the characters. By this point, we're on the latter half of the season. The 3 of them arrive at Aubers. The city blocks their path because they need a first-class mage certification to pass. Since Frieren and Fern are the only mages in the group, they go to take the test, meeting new characters along the way. By the end of it, Fern passes and Frieren doesn't. I won't spoil why, but with that being said, they managed to get the end, the country where Oriel lies. I know it was a pretty short and reductive summary, but I just wanted to set the main goal on the table. Frieren and her party are going to Oriel so Frieren can speak with Himo. The reason why I did it this way is because originally, I was gonna retell every episode. I wanted to cover every moment because there was some I was bound to forget that impacted my watching experience. But because I don't have the time for that, I'm taking this approach. With that being said, let me explain to you all why I like this show. While the animation is top notch and the music is otherworldly, what I liked the most were the characters. You can tell you're watching an anime by the dialogue and the anime-isms. like a shy character, pervert, hero, etc. But with this show, it didn't feel like an anime at all, in the best way possible. The character interactions felt real and natural, like actual people were having a conversation. Their problems usually dealt with monsters, sure, but that's inevitable with fantasy. Frieren, for example, didn't realize what she had until it was gone. Himmel and their party impacted her significantly, but she barely knew them all because she's an elf. She has a longer lifespan than other races. Especially with elves being on the decline, she rarely meets people that are like her. Her elf lineage influenced her decisions because from her perspective, other people just come and go. So to meet someone like Himmel that influenced her that much really left a deep impact on her. And so for the rest of the show, her actions are influenced by that event and her memories, be it from her previous party, Flam her first teacher, her current party, or random strangers. This is a salient character arc because she isn't done. She has plenty of room to grow as we see through the series, but I genuinely never seen a character handle like this before. Same with Stark. There's a great video on YouTube about how he differs greatly from Zenitsu, two characters that share similar archetypes. I'll link it below and put it in the header to the right. These characters break anime archetypes by just being people. People can be scared or nonchalant, but they're still multifaceted. People aren't the character traits that they have varying emotions and moods. A lot of anime don't portray that well, so seeing it demonstrated effortlessly here is amazing. I also like the sense of time in the show. Flam has long since been dead and Himmel has been dead for 30 years now, but because of Frieren's memories, they're alive and well. It takes the adage of people die when they're forgotten and embraces it, having Frieren never forget them. The passage of time has us see these characters grow in real time, so they never feel stagnant because quite literally they never are. I also mentioned earlier how the animation and the music were amazing, but I didn't really expound upon it. I just wanted to shine some light on it because I dismissed it earlier. Good animation is usually noticed when spectacle is involved, like Demon Slayer's bombastic finales or Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. And that's not to downplay them because these shows are great, but this show's animation is different. It has spectacle sometimes, but not often. Most of the good animation comes from scenery, beautiful colors, a pretty sunrise, water, or character shots. It's beauty in a way it's subtle, only flaunting it when necessary. I'm sorry that sounds so pretentious. I did not mean to come off like that, but animation good, music good. That's all I'm really trying to get at. I didn't touch on it either, but the Japanese voice acting is amazing too. I can't speak on the dub, so if you thought it was great too, or if you didn't like it as much in comparison, then let me know in the comments down below. Point is, I really like this show. A good show leaves you contemplating what you just watched because the journey was the best part of it all. That's why every show I listed in the beginning of the video is in the spot that it's in because of how important and impactful it was on my life and the message that I got from it. Which funnily enough, the journey being the best part for the show plays into the show's message. Frieren remembers the journey more than the end. They helped a lot of people by defeating the Demon King, but they helped even more by going on the journey in the first place. This show is a slow burn, but overall, I genuinely think it's worth the watch. So if you're interested in it, I highly recommend it because I can finally see why this show was so hype. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. There's a lot I didn't mention, so I apologize for that. Leave a comment mentioning your favorite moment from the show. For me, it's the entirety of episode 1. Let me know what your favorite character is, because mine I think is Frieren. She's just such a fun character. Regardless, thank you all for watching as always. I finally got the video out, so now it's time to move on to another show that's in contention for the 5th spot. And this one might have the edge. But anyways, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And until next time, this has been Infamous Isaac and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.